so excited. Like, it's been really great to see the reaction of the fans, and you know, you spend so much time working on this music and worrying about it and the artwork and everything, and then to finally like share it is just like, by that point I'm just excited. I'm like not even nervous anymore because I just get, you know, and it's been great to see the feedback from the fans, and I think they like it.
Looking back on your previous albums like Shatter Me and Brave Enough, they were about standing up for yourself or your self-discovery. What is the story behind Artemis?
Artemis, I was really excited about because I think this is really the first album I've written from a place of joy. You know, Shatter Me was written about overcoming anorexia. Brave Enough was written about getting through loss of like loved ones and, you know, the death of my best friend and my dad, like really hard stuff. And this album is about coming to your full light. Artemis is the goddess of the moon, and I love that she brings light to darkness. You know, the moon brings light to night, and I think all of us experience hardship and darkness in our lives, and that's what my last albums were written about. And then this album is the chapter about bringing light into the darkness, the way I really feel like all of us have the power to do that for ourselves, but we also have the power to do that for other people. And so that's kind of the chapter that I was sharing, and it was really felt so good to write from a place of joy.
In your first video release of the song Underground, there are two versions of yourself, which one which appears to be the goddess Artemis, yeah, and another young woman who is trapped and tied, nevertheless then finally escapes. Yeah. What's the connection between both of them, both of those characters?
So the two characters are actually two characters that I kind of created for the comic book. So at the same time as I was writing an album, I was also writing the comic book that's like the partner piece. And they both tell the same story, one through music, one through, you know, a book. And so Artemis, you know, with the white hair, that's the goddess character, and that kind of symbolized her being like trapped in the moon. And then the other character is a character that lives in future times. I don't want to give away the comic book, but she lives in what is our future world, and like kind of this world that is consumed by night. And she lives in the lowest part of society, actually, in a world that is underground. And she's never even seen the sky. And she's trapped in this world. And she starts to have these dreams about this goddess character. And she starts to realize that they're not just random dreams, but they're actually a communication. Mm-hmm. And this goddess is like reaching out to her and trying to help her so that this young woman can save her world from darkness. And she realizes all these gifts that she has, and because of that, she decides to call herself Artemis as well. So they're both Artemis from different times, and you know, but they are connected. And I'm not going to share how they're connected, but later on in the story, you learn why.
Also, what was very interesting from the Underground video, there were three symbols: the triangle, the square, and the circle. Mm-hmm. What do they mean?
Aha. So in the comic book, they are like all these symbols of, you know, that are in the world. Like the symbol is a sign for the upside, and the uprising, which is kind of this rebellion that is taking place in her world. The square is the symbolism for the goddess Nyx, who's the goddess of the night, and she is the one that kind of rules their world. And then the circle represents eternity, and so it's kind of the daughter, or you know, this young character's connection to this goddess, and that is all connected.
You recently hosted a virtual live concert, which was streamed on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Wave, I think. Mm-hmm. And people were able to leave comments interactively, and they appeared like little stars right next to a performing avatar. How did you experience this virtual interaction with your fans?
Oh, it was really a cool experience, you know, like I was wearing this suit with all these little tracking points on it, and it was really fun because they had a big screen in front of me, so as I performed, I was like watching myself, and I don't know, you never get to watch yourself perform, so it was really cool that I was like, oh my gosh, this avatar moves just like me, and it would happen in real time. And so I was able to, one, watch myself perform, which was very interesting. But secondly, it was so cool when I would stop performing and I would just start talking that like I was seeing my fans. And, you know, because a lot of times you live stream, but you don't get to like see the interaction and to see them show up as little stars and see their screen names and where they're from around the world. And like it was just a really cool experience to be able to do a concert and then be able to talk directly to fans who are from all over the place. Lots of people tuned in from Germany. Germany represented, so but it was really fun.
Can we expect more virtual concerts in cooperation with Wave? Can you maybe tell us a little bit more about them, what they're doing?
Yes, they were such a fun partner to work with because they actually approached me and said, hey, we would love to create this for you. And to be honest, like, it's very expensive to do that kind of a production, and you know, but they wanted to use the technology they've been working on so much, and so they wanted me to be their first concert. So it was really exciting to get to work with them to do something that I would not have had the budget to do, you know, if they hadn't come forward. And they worked so hard to create that whole world. They spent weeks on it, like nonstop. So I felt really special that they chose me. I would definitely love to do one again with them because it was, you know, something that it's never been done in that way before with like a live moving performer. So it was, you know, it was really exciting, and it was kind of fun to be a part of something so like groundbreaking.
You already mentioned your comic book, and you revealed that there's going to be a comic book also called Artemis, which your album is the accompanied soundtrack to. And also, your album shows some elements of manga art.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the process of making Artemis and the extended projects to it, why did you choose this particular style?
You know, I've always loved anime. I just think it's such beautiful, like it's very feminine, you know, like, and I just think they have so many female empowered characters. And, you know, and I've just always thought it was a beautiful aesthetic. And so when I was ready to make a comic, I was very specific that I didn't want a Western style comic artist. I really wanted like a 90s anime manga style artist. And so, you know, that's why the album has the art, is because it's, you know, the companionship for the comic book that is all done by a Japanese artist who's, you know, doing manga style, which I love. I'm so excited. We're still working on it. Like the first issue should come out, you know, probably, hopefully in like a month.
So the next question is a little bit personal. You've been very transparent to your supporters, also sharing openly your thoughts on concerns, worries, and your personal life. What message is it that is important to you to share through your music, and what motivates you being there for people?
You know, when I went through anorexia and depression, I felt so alone, and I felt like I couldn't be, I felt like no one could understand me, and no one knew how I felt. Where the truth of it is that like one of my own roommates at the time was struggling with the same thing, and we struggled alone. And we could have struggled together and supported each other, but neither one of us knew that the girl in the room next door was suffering. And we would walk out and put on a happy face and everything's fine. And so I thought, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to pretend like I don't struggle. What's the point in that? Like, the reason I got help finally was because I found other people that I could confide in and trust, and I read books from other people who had been through the same thing, and it gave me strength that I could get through it. And so I feel like a big part of my mission is to give people hope and to share with people my own experience that, hey, once upon a time, I hated myself. I thought I was hideously ugly. I was miserable. I couldn't get out of bed. So if I could go from that to then being able to love myself truly and being empowered and being motivated and working hard and changing my life, you know, I never could have done what I've done with my life if I didn't first learn to be okay with who I was. And so I think a big part of my mission is not only to create music, but to help share with people that there's hope. No matter where you are today, no matter if you don't like yourself, if you're unhappy, if you just want to be happy in your own life, it's possible. And I really feel like my experience can help people see that you can get there. And it takes work, it takes time, it takes effort. And I oftentimes say that happiness is something that takes work. For me. I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but for me, I mean, I write in a gratitude journal every day. I focus on my spirituality, and because these are things that have helped me find light in my life. And so for everybody, it's like, find what helps you and cling to it and keep doing it, because I think that's the mission I want to share, is that happiness is possible, and like, never lose hope in yourself.
So Artemis holds a lot of wisdom with him.
Yeah.
She's a goddess, she's a strong goddess. And so what do you think, which 3 things would she advise to your younger self?
What would Artemis advise to my younger self? I think Artemis would tell the younger Lindsey not to lose hope in times of darkness. You know, I think that's one of my favorite symbols that the comic book kind of shares, the themes and the theme of the album. And because it's a theme that I've had to learn, that, you know, we go through times of darkness sometimes, and times when we feel like we're covered up by shadow, the same way the moon sometimes gets covered by shadow. But I think Artemis teaches all of us that just because the moon is covered in shadow doesn't mean it's not still there. And just because we're going through hardship, and maybe like at a time, you know, you feel depressed, or you feel scared, or you feel hopeless, like, it doesn't mean that just because you're feeling that in a moment, it doesn't mean you're not still powerful and strong and beautiful. You just need to work through this hard time, and you will find your light again. And so I think that's one of the lessons that Artemis teaches. I think she also would teach that you can be strong and you can be soft at the same time, because she's the goddess of the hunt, but she's also like the goddess of fertility and feminine virtue, like, you know, and the goddess of the moon. So she has these very soft features, but she's also like strong and powerful. And third, let's see, I think she would promise, I think she would challenge us all to find the light within ourselves, you know, that it's always there. And never stop searching for light. Never stop feeding yourself light, because it's something that we can always, like, light will always win over darkness, no matter what. If you're in a dark room and you flick a match on, all of a sudden, like, the light just will move the darkness out of the way. And light will always be more powerful than darkness. And so I think that's what she would teach us.
You think that we're all Artemis?
I do. I love that you asked me that. I do. Because I hoped that people would feel, because at first when I was writing the comic book, the guy I was writing with was like, "Are you Artemis?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." But I really think that we're all Artemis. And I hope that whenever people, you know, once they read this story, I hope that when they look at the moon, it will be a reminder to them that, like, yeah, I'm Artemis.